Hey guys, so I did a full face of Too Faced makeup, and in that I talked about this palette. And honestly, since I've gotten it, I've not used it that much, and it's the Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes palette. And of course I love a natural nude palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. How pretty is that? Really pretty. And so I got a lot of comments about people wanting to see you know, an eye look with it, and I'm happy to do that because I want to play with it a little bit more because I haven't. I definitely haven't played with it as much as I should. So I'm happy to do that today and get to play with it a little bit more. My eyes were just watering. I promise I've not been crying. I had a little pimple right here that I was messing with, which I know is gross, but it was just getting on my nerves. It was really sore, so I started messing with it. And of course, it made this eye really water, and it also made me sneeze too. Way too much information, but in case I look like I've been crying, that is why I just wanted to explain myself. So I'm gonna swatch all these colors for you, just so you can see what they look like. But I love how each like matte shade has a corresponding shimmer. I think that that's so pretty, and it's just so, I think it's unique in a lot of ways. And yes, I know you can probably say that's a neutral palette. There's tons of neutral palettes out there, and that is true, but at the same time, like, it's still cool to have something like this, I think. So let me swatch. So this one is Swan. This is Glistening, this sparkly one. The next one is Seashell, Shimmering Pearl, Nude, Sparkling Sand, Petal, Rose Gold, Warm Rose, Sparkling Rum, Maple, Golden Light, Cocoa, Sugared Chestnut, Truffle, and Sparkling Sable. So some very beautiful shades. I just love them all. I'm going to go ahead and prime with my little rock Behind the Scenes eye primer. I just say that slow because I just messed it up. I think that may be one of my favorite eye primers. It's just so silky smooth and just goes on so effortlessly. It really is beautiful. No matter how well I clean my lash line, I always feel like I have leftovers from the day when I take off my makeup. So for the first shade, I'm going to take this shade here, which is Swan. I have a very bad problem with my eyeshadow creasing, and I noticed that if I do this, not only does it give me a nice base to work off of, but it just helps my shadow from not creasing. And of course using an eye primer helps as well, but for me, this is just my preference. Not everybody is gonna like this, but for me, I like it. I'm gonna start with this shade here, this matte. It's called Seashell. I'm gonna put that in the crease. One thing I do know from using this palette before is that these shades look a little bit deeper on your eyelid than they do in the pan. And how that happens, I'm not quite sure. Maybe somebody else knows. You guys can educate me. For some reason I feel off kilter. I feel like this one's up higher somehow, but I don't know. Could just be me. I just really want to play with this shade here called Maple. So I'm going to So I'm going to put that in my crease as well. I'm just going to put it a little bit lower than I put Seashell. It's much more golden. It has like a yellow undertone. I'm going to jump back into that first color Swan that I did. Oh, that's very pigmented. Did you see that? I'm just going to blend these edges just to kind of soften it a bit. See how it's a little bit more soft and it's not as harsh? I see it. I hope you guys do. I like depth and dimension in my eyeshadow. So, do you have to use all these shades? No, you don't. I just like to do quite a few. If I have time. Now, if I'm going someplace, I usually don't do this, because I'm in a hurry all the time. My sister tagged me today in something that's if you could win $1 million by calling someone and knowing that they would show up late, who would you call? And she knew I was the person to call. Guarantee I won't be there on time. Guarantee. Really wanted to do like a pink eyeshadow look to go with my pink leopard shirt, but I did pink in my last video. Well, the last one you guys will probably see before this one, and I thought they probably don't want to see another pink look, so I'm trying to do something a little different. I'm going to take just a tiny bit of cocoa. I'm just trying to use a few shades and just kind of see where the wind takes me. I'm going to put that in this outer corner. I'm going to do one more color in this outer corner, and I'm going to try to just do it just tiny in this outer V. This darkest shade, this truffle shade. I just want just a tiniest bit of depth right here. This is going to be a smoky look. I sat down not knowing where we were going with this, but it's where it's ending up. I swear it looks more blended in person than it does on camera. That happens so many times to me. So, I think I'm going to take a little bit of sparkling sand right here. I'm going to do it on my finger. I tried to do brushes, and you guys know it just never works out for me. And I'm trying to just keep that in the center, because I want to do a little bit of a lighter shade on the inner corner. I just tapped over that with a little bit of this darkest shade Truffle. And then I'm going to take this shade here. Sorry for blinding you if I am. Shimmering Pearl. This is going in the inner corner. Oh, that's pretty. Can you guys see it? If you have a longer nail, which this is not a long nail compared to some people's, but just one of those tips that I like to do is I like to lay my finger like this instead of trying to go in like that with like this side. Doing it like this is a little bit easier to get in that corner. Because some people have trouble with longer nails and doing that. And it is hard. I'm not trying to say it's not. I just cleaned this brush off, and I'm just going to kind of just gently go around these edges real quick. Part of me really, really, really wants to take this sparkling sable and put it in this outer corner. Would that be too much? I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it on this brush too. That's nice. See over here? there is fallout, but see here on this one compared to this one here, I just like that better personally. Don't keep track of the number of shadows I put on my eye tonight. Because it's way too much, I'm sure. So like I said, I've got fallout. I'm going to take my wipe, my makeup wipe, and just clean that up a little bit. Okay, so I didn't make it too sharp of an edge, just to kind of keep the smoky vibe going. And I kind of like the smoky. I kind of do, but we'll see. I changed my mind. So I'm going to go do the rest of my face, and I'll be back. And we'll finish the bottom lashes together like always. I'll be back. Okay. So I'm going to try to get this done before my husband gets home, because he's going to come home any minute now. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way matte. Is what I have on my face. I think I may hear him outside. I use the Jeffree Star concealer for setting powder. I just use my Charlotte Tilbury all airbrush flawless finish. I can't talk, but I use the shade 1 to set my face, and then I also use the bronzer in the shade Fair to bronze, because I didn't need a whole lot because this is a little dark for me. Hence why I went with the lighter concealer. I also use a little bit of my Hourglass powder under my eyes just to brighten a little. For blush, I just kind of dipped into just a bunch of these. I kind of missed these, but the rest of them, I just kind of dipped in, and that's what's on my cheeks. For highlight, I use my Becca Champagne Pop highlight. For liner, I use my ColourPop BFF liquid liner in the shade Grande. For water liner, I use my Milk Longwear Gel Eyeliner in the shade CEO. And for lashes, I love this stuff. I will repurchase this in a full size. This is the Lancome Seals Booster XL. This is the primer. And so I put this on, and then I use the little sample of the Gucci mascara that I had. So that's what's on my lashes on the top. I just have the primer on the bottom, so you can't even really see my lashes on the bottom. Why I primed them before we did the bottom lashes, I don't know. I don't really know why I do half the things I do. So let's finish that bottom lash line. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this color and this color, which is Cocoa and Maple. And I'm just going to buff those along that bottom lash line. I'm going to take just a little bit of Truffle and just put on that outer lash line just to kind of join with that top. My husband came home, so I went ahead and finished my bottom lashes while I was talking to him. So I used my Gucci mascara. I probably have enough. It's a hard tube, so I can't even squeeze it. But I probably have enough for maybe 1 or 2 more times to use it. But of course I did put that lash booster on there, so it's going to make it look a lot longer. And also for lips, I went ahead and used the Too Faced Melted Matte in Sugar Cookie. It was in that set that I had, so that's what's on my lips. One last thing, I'm going to highlight my brow bone and inner corner. I went ahead and used the Becca highlighter to do that because the only lighter shimmer shade is this one. And I feel like that was just a bit too icy for the look I've got going on today. That is my little take on the Too Faced The Natural Nudes. I love this palette. I think it's gorgeous. I love this look. I think it's so just a classic, you know, natural nude look that just looks good on just about anybody and everybody. There's shades in here, I think, to fit just about most skin tones. I won't say every skin tone, but just about most. There's some pinky colors in here, so you can even create like a pink look too. Even something similar to what I did with Huda Beauty. You know, so there's that. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I did. I really enjoyed it. I like playing with this palette. This is a really good palette, and I'm very, very happy to have it. And I can't say enough good things about my Too Faced stuff. I've never been disappointed. I really haven't. And they had the chocolate bar palette at Marshall's. They had it discounted. It was like 20 bucks, I think, for the longest time, and I kept talking myself out of it. And now I wish I'd gotten it. I wish so bad that I had, but I mean, look, I don't need it. I'm looking at all my palettes right here, and I really, really need to go through them and probably do another like declutter, but I just can't part with them. Anyway, I'm scattered yet again, but I've never been disappointed with Too Faced. So if this is something you're thinking about, if you can catch it on sale, I've got a little fingerprint on there. If you can catch it on sale or something, I would say go for it. Even if you don't catch it on sale, during the month of December, they are having a lot of good deals on a lot of different things. Like every day they're doing different deals. So if this is something you've had your eye on and you want, keep a lookout on their website or sign up for their emails, so that they'll email you and tell you what their deal is for the day. And that way, you know, you can check it out and just see, you know, you don't have to purchase it, but at least you know if there was a deal. So I think, as far as I know, Sephora still has the discount for the Peach Perfect foundations, and anything from like the Peach Perfect line, I believe Sephora still has discounted. Some of the things I did notice were sold out on the Too Faced website, so I don't know if they're planning to restock or not. So it makes me sad. I will sorely miss my Peach Perfect foundation if they get rid of it. So anyway, I have a stock of it for the moment, so I don't have to worry. But once I run out, I will be sad. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.